welcome to this live stream. My God, that was weird. What a weird one. If you're new here, remember to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. We are aiming for 3,000 by the end of the year. I'm hoping to hit 3,000 by the start of the season, to be fair. But that was a very, very, very weird press conference. I'm not going to lie. It was odd. Evening, Sheffield Wednesday fan 101. Evening, Clan AY. He's also a member. He gets to watch the trucking stuff. The next one of them is coming out tomorrow, hopefully. So that'll be good. It's a long drive, so I've got to buckle in for that one. Evening, Martin. Evening, Michael. Evening, Woody. Woody, yep, I agree. That was just hard to watch. I kind of understand why they killed the press conference early, but we're going to go into more detail in a moment. I cannot talk and type. But I like everything that he said. Also, interesting thing. Whoever said about the soundboard thing, thank you very much, because it's on.
Cisco Muñoz. Cisco Muñoz.
Cisco Muñoz. I have the soundboard all up and running. I got that sorted. Evening, Nat, how are you? Evening, Adam, how are you, mate? How is everything going? I did manage to put it on the soundboard. Hey, clowning around. It's been weird. It's been 100% weird today because I was expecting a massive, great singer going, hey, we got a new manager. This is what we're going to do. This is how he's going to play. We're going to get all these great questions in this press conference. And we're going to be like, great, this is going to be awesome. Let's find out a bit more about him. And then the stupid Sky Sports reporter decided to just derail the entire bloody thing. The 29 people watching, 16 likes. And he just completely knackered it. Like, he just took it behind the bike sheds and went, bye, you're done. It's like going to a wedding and your mother's there and all she's doing to your new wife is going, well, you know your ex, she was so much better than her and looked a lot prettier than her and she could cook a bit better than her. That's what it felt like. It felt like someone just had their son's wedding and he's just randomly talking about it. And I'm not going to lie, it looked like to me that Cisco was about to rip the head off someone. He was like, this is meant to be my moment. We're here to talk about me. The way Chansiri could have handled this. The way Chansiri should have handled it. And it goes very, very simple. I'll just use the mic megaphone. Mr. Chansiri, a lot of fans are upset about the situation with how Darren Moore left. How do you respond? Thank you for that question. I put out a statement about that last week. Please see the statement. I think fans want to respond to it. I have put a statement out about it. Please see the statement. Move on to the next question. That's how you handle it. You walk away. And if they won't take the question, you get somebody in the media section of the club to go, excuse me, there's no more questions on that subject. We have covered that in depth. There is a statement. If you haven't seen the statement, said statement can be found here. Oh, it did my head in. The reporter who asked the question was from Guy, so bet stupid question, yep. But Cisco dealt with it brilliantly. Exactly what you want in a manager. Got something about him. He has. He 100% has. And I love the fact that he turned around and went, look, I'm here now. What happened 3 weeks ago is nothing to do with me. What happened in the past is nothing to do with me. We now start from the beginning. And I don't know why we're not starting from the beginning. We're starting from a new slate. If we do not start on a new slate, we will end badly. So start a new slate, everyone's on a new slate, we start afresh, done. But no, that wasn't going to happen, was it? The journalist found a way of twisting it, they got the soundbite, they got the clicks. And I felt really sorry for Chansiri having to handle that because he's already done it. But Chansiri could have killed it dead. by literally just going, move on to the next question. But he wanted to have his say and defend the club, which I understand. DM chanted today was short and rant fan forum. Evening, John. Can't believe Chancellor mentions how his CV was lower than other Yeah, that was weird. That was odd. Why would you say that? I agree, Stephen. Turning around to the bloke sat next to you going, oh, his CV wasn't as great as everyone else. It's like, so why the did you give me the job then? Why didn't you get the other person? Guy loves turning part. They do indeed, Woody. 31 people watching, 20 likes. Get those likes up, please. I much appreciate it. Zico came out looking good. He really did. Where is that? I give him 5 games and he will be gone. Adam, very hard to say yet until we got signings. When we got signings and we kicked the ball, maybe we can have a say in that. But until we've done that, hard to say. Let's see what happens. I think you've got to see who we bring in, who comes in, who's going to be part of the backroom team. Because that's the thing. People have said about this and the backroom staff. They're like, oh, he's not bringing in a backroom staff then, blah, blah, blah. He has said he wants to bring people in, but he also knows he's got people here. He wants to bring different people in. He said that already. So I think I feel like Guy have agenda against us, especially Chancey. Yeah, I bet nothing left from Woody. I agree. Guy thought making out that DC just attacked Palmer in the press conference. Yeah, that's the thing, Nat. He didn't. This all started from Carlton Palmer shouting all his rubbish on Twitter. I'm all for someone having their opinion and stating facts. But he's not come out with anything to back these facts up because Darren Moore doesn't want it to come out. He doesn't want it to come out, full stop. He's done really badly here, Palmer. Palmer is tarnishing his bloody legacy here, which is bad. He was a great player, don't get me wrong, but the more crap he spouts on Twitter, the more he's just going to annoy people. And that's not what we need now. We need people to come together. We'd already had a bit of a session of disconnect. It needs to be better now. Chanceri's head lost. Again, is it weird I feel sorry for him? No, Lee. I felt sorry for him as well. Jake, are you happy with appointment of Sicko? He managed Watford promotion, Premier League, and managed into Prem. So on that front, how he got experience of getting out the Championship. I'll give you that. So in that case, he does have a bit more experience on Darren Moore. But I am happy with the appointment, to be fair. I think he ticks all the right boxes for Chansiri. Someone who's going to play attacking football. Because you saw in the conference, he turned around and said, attacking football. And Munoz was like, yep, I'm going to play that. Also, by the way, for people who are here,
Isco Munoz.
I have got it on the soundboard. But he did turn around and say that he wanted to play more attacking football, and he got that, so it'll be interesting. I'm surprised no one's set up an out-of-context Chansiri Twitter page yet, to be honest with you. Ian and DJ, hope you're good, mate. I think his CV thing was taken out of context. Maybe I didn't hear it right. I don't know if it was. It sounded like he did say that. I have high hope for him. I reckon we can beat Southampton. Let's see what comes in. Had Dini officially signed yet? Not yet. But I did have a thing going through my head. I was half expecting a WWE kind of way. I've been playing a lot of WWE wrestling games, so that's why it's in my head at the moment. But I had this thing where someone like Troy Deeney was about to break through the doors and go, you! And theme music and everything. It's just there was no need for the attack today. It should have all been about how we're very excited for Munoz to be here today, how we want him to come and be successful. Any questions about the path we will not be answering. That should have been the press conference. Every other journalist who's local, who had a one-on-one with him, had excellent quote from him. Excellent way of speaking. He laughed with them. He joked at them. That's what the press conference should have been. But one journalist decided to change it all over. It changed the mood. And it was just like the fan forum. The moment Chansiri said people are going to have an agenda against me and they're not going to like it, The mood changed. It just changed it. It's so annoying. Don't judge a guy until football plays. I agree, Woody. Pre-season will give an idea how we played this season, and Zico is capable of. Yep. Ian John. I'm happy with it, John. I think it's a good appointment considering all the names we got linked. He got championship experience. That was with a very good Watford team. But I think it's a good appointment. I think it's decent. We'll see what happens. We'll love to know if Zico is on more money than more. I don't really care, to be honest with you, Brown. I don't care if someone's on more money than someone else. At the end of the day, that's not really an issue for me. Even though he had come out and said, like he wanted 4 times, that's not an issue for me, personally. I think we can hit that drum till we're blue in the face. It's not going to make it any different. 46 people watching, 25 likes. Can we get those likes up, please? I'd much appreciate it. Josh Corbin from Middlesbrough will be a good option. Very good. Miles Leeburn as well. Another good option. Ian and John. Yes, I'm happy. Looking forward to see who he brings in. He's only 42. Yeah, he's only 42. And you was expecting him to be a little bit older. I thought he was anyway. But it's a good young age. He's a young manager. And he did a really good job at Watford. I think the only reason we forget about it is that we weren't looking at that part of the table. We were looking at the bottom of that season. Jake, I think the new manager could be a breath of fresh air. Can't wait to see who he brings in. Palmer needs to wind his neck in, to be honest. Yeah, I think he does. He's younger than you. Oh, is he not? I didn't realise Chansiri is only 55. Yeah, he's quite young. He's not that old. I think he just looks it. I wonder if that's just having Sheffield Wednesday put years on him. I wonder if we'll go with the play style. I'll go 3, but we go 5 a bit like Carl. Maybe Lily White Boy. Undertaker with a team though, yeah. England, Israel 3-0, and the under-21s say fine on 4 minutes remaining. Nice. Deeney signed. Have I missed something? No, John, but there's a lot of people saying that basically Deeney put out a tweet saying it was a good fit for the manager and it was a good fit for us, and saying how everything was okay. But now they've gone into he's a free agent. Could he do a job kind of thing? To be fair, no idea. He could come in as we do need a bloody striking coach. He would make a really good coach in the back room. Set up if that's what he is, if he got his badges. 54 people watching, 29 like. Get those likes up, people. Press journalist thought it though, isn't it lovely because they're unrest? Yep, get behind him, we move on. Exactly, Dano 85. What channel is that on? Hey Duran Roberts, how you doing, mate? Not a sign, but been talking about him in the press though. Yep, Nat, it's on Ben Sport 3 in the French League channel. Oh, nice. But I think the press once the thing is, it went very much like this. I loved his interview, and I loved when he was being shown around and getting to know some of the players. I'd love to know what got said to have that reaction and joke with him. What I want tomorrow from the club's media lot, I want him clipped up with a microphone on the training ground doing training stuff with them. Just show a bit more of that personality they got. Do something like that. Show people what they're expecting, what he's like with the players, how the players are around with him. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I want that kind of situation. And I think that would be good. Wouldn't it be great, Jake, if we could get some decent foreign players? Yep. Hey up, how do we all... Hey... Sorry, Bob, 1, 2, 3. Hey up, how do all... That's it, there we go. And what caused Chansey going on the deeper? Guy Sports reporter basically said, can you let fan... It basically something on the lines of fans were feeling a bit annoyed that, like, Darren Moore left. Why was that? It's like, we did a statement on it. We already did a statement on it, and they've just not done it. And also Carlton Palmer flagging us off. That Carlton Palmer thing, weird. 60 people watching, 31 likes. There's a little button that looks like this. Click it, please. It helps the algorithm. The Carlton Palmer thing's weird. It's just weird. I don't understand why he's constantly flagging us off. Like, yes, you are friends with Darren Moore. I understand that. I get that you're good mates with Darren Moore. Understand that, get it, fine. But if Darren Moore not said anything, if Darren Moore's not said anything, he don't want to say anything. So let's just get over that part of it, kind of thing. Because I'm sick of this whole like trashing him. Like, it's happened. Football clubs happen. But the thing is, for some reason when it happens, it gets then dragged into this whole thing in the press. Chancery have turned around and said to Carlton Palmer, I am willing to meet you face to face to get this sorted. He has offered to meet him face to face. And Carlton Palmer's gone, the Lindsay, the secretary, got my number so he can ring me. Like, so you're expecting the club to ring you to get the face to face done? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's another reason to get himself on top spot. He ain't been a great manager with his record. And I think some of the punditry work is just naff. I don't think he's great. Hey, Jed the Giant Chicken, how are you? Excellent footballer. Naff pundit. Naff manager. I love doing football, but he's just that. The match have been finished, done 21s through to find out. Awesome. Is there any news on Vardy will sign? No, I don't think Vardy will sign, Michael. I think that was... I cannot see Vardy signing at all. He's at Leicester. He'll end his career at Leicester. And to be fair, I don't think we need someone like Vardy and Deeney. I think age-wise, it makes it a bit not great, if that makes sense. Let's have a look. Craig... Oh, hang on, I missed something. Radio Sheffield interviewer, he named some of the backroom staff which he had at Watford. I'm all for that. I can take that. That's fine. I can have that 100%. They were decent. They've worked with him before, so let's go for that. I don't mind that at all, if it's some of the Watford staff. Craig Caff will be good for us this season, especially having played under Munoz before. Yep. CP want to try and stay relevant. Strange way of doing it, though. Yeah, I agree. Ian and all, late again. Yep, yes, but that's fine. You're more than welcome in here. Deeney wants to play on, but sadly doesn't really offer much this level anymore. We offered him a coach player role. He doesn't seem keen doing that just yet. I'm surprised he's not taken that, because I would have thought he would have taken that, but fair enough if that's not what he thinks he's ready for yet. Charity boxing match, yeah, let's have a charity boxing match. Chancery versus CP. You heard it here first. I've seen an article about Craig Caster and Deeney as a possible option. Yeah, I've seen both of them. It all depends. He's okay. In Zach Attack, all the teams in the Championship now have manager, with Leeds announcing yesterday along with Sheffield Wednesday. Yep. I think the only team that don't have a manager at the minute is Barnsley in the actual football, in the whole football hierarchy. They're the only ones that don't. I've dropped my bloody stress ball. Where did that go? Poop to it. Can't be out. I've got something else. I'm using stress balls recently just to keep my seizures in bay. Keep my mobility a bit better as well. And it's trying to help with my shoulder a little bit, which is good. But I don't know where that just went. Let's have a look. Hi, Dannington. How you doing? He seems to have the thorn inside with Chancey. He has been beaking out a kind Palmer side. I think he loves the club but damage it more. Like, yeah, it's weird. I don't understand it. If you love the club, damage it a bit. It's not going to help, is it? But yeah, that's the thing. He more not going to come out and say anything, so I'm going to say it's probably true. Yep, true. That's the thing. He's not said anything. He's had plenty of time where he could say something. There are 76 people in this chat and only 34 likes. Can we get those likes up, please? I would much appreciate it. It will help the algorithm out more. DC put it on Carlton, but just at the wrong time. Yes, this is something... Mr. J, you're 100% right. This wasn't the time or the place to have this conversation. You could have easily put out another written statement on this instead. The way you should have handled it was, by the way, We put a statement about this. Please see statement. We are not answering any questions on this today. Done. And I don't get why the media team didn't step in either and say, look, we're not going to be answering questions on that, I'm afraid. This is for today is all about Muniz and questions about Muniz, and that's all we're going for today. And that be it. And I don't get it. I don't understand that. But you're right, it was the wrong time. Ian and Anthony, how you doing? Like Vardy, just under 25. Yeah, that'd be good. I like Zico. He doesn't want to talk about the past and focus on the future. I like that a lot. I think that's good. Chancellor should put a statement about Carlton not in a press conference. Exactly what he just said. Deeney would have played under... He did play under him at Watford and did very well. Can somebody please tell DC to employ a head of communication to help him get his message across and tell him when to leave it? I think that would be a good idea. A head of communication would be quite smart. Or even just having a translator next to him would help as well. I think that would be a really smart bit of business by the club. But I got a funny feeling once the transfer window's done, we're not going to see Chansiri for a bit. I think he's going to go back to the Thailand for a bit. Because this is the most we've seen Chansiri in about 2 years. And he's been quiet. And that's the thing. And I think that's the thing that happens there. Where are we up to? Banchato Salariti, 26 years old, signing centre-half from Watford. Would be smart. That would be good. Welcome to all. Joining the chat. Smash that like button, please. Please, and make Jake a happy bunny. That would make me a happy bunny indeed. Dan Cartwright. They really don't like us. They can't. What's this? Carlos 2.0? Might be. But Carl is. I'll read that in a minute because I'm well behind because I had to manually do that. Let's have a look. They realise they don't like us. They call both clubs Sheffield for Christ's sake. Yeah, he looks well missed. Don't blame him. No, I don't. Deeney's not good enough for me. XM. So that is. I'm gonna have to hear his name again.
Cisco
Munoz. Interview with the club was massively impressive. Yeah, he did. I reckon Chansiri felt he had to appoint someone when he had that. I retired on Friday. Very wise. Yep. Congratulations on retirement. Hi, mate. Never a dull moment. Do you think Chansiri handled it well in your opinion? I think Chansiri could have handled it a hell of a lot better. I actually think Chansiri's way of sorting out should have been, as I've said all through this. Hi, I've made a statement on this already. And he did say this. This is what annoys me. He actually said this. I retweeted this. He said, I made a statement about this. Please see the statement. Done. You put a line under it. You move on. Next question, please. Don't keep on going. 12 minutes worth of Darren Moore and Carlton Palmer situation was just not needed in a press conference which was about sodding Cisco Muniz. Oh, it did me head in. It was a very good interview. Now, Forest Green has sat Duncan and now the first female coach in men's professional football. And I think that's a really clever way. I'm intrigued to see what happened with that, Michael. It'll be interesting. Vortex Squad, Carlos 2.0. You're saying Carlos 2.0, which I get, but Carlos did nearly get us there. So we'll see. Hi, Jake. Did you the report? What? Yeah, hi, Jake. Did you the report from the Sky Media after press con taking? Yes, I did hear about this. Apparently, there was some laughing after when Chansiri did that by the Sky Sports media person, and I think that's well out of order. I think it's not needed. I think it's very unprofessional. They baited, and they got it. They got what they wanted. They got the bait, and they got what they wanted. They got their click. They got their click-through bait for the evening. So yeah. Let's have a look. I reckon you could do a decent job. Chansiri kind of got baited by Guy into saying what he did, but made the mistake by falling for it. Yep, I think money's off. That's what the BBC says. Munoz, yeah. You know what he's talking about, but I wish he would take a bit slower because it takes time for what he says to think in. Yep, it was a good interview with Radio Chef. I liked it. Sicko came across very well. less we say about DC, the better. I kind of agree. There. Guy Fawkes really have got it in for Wednesday. Feels like it, doesn't it? You prefer me at the lane, I think. Yeah. Might sign some young Spanish players now as well, I hope. Let's see what happens. I think the local journalist did well. Basically, the local journalist did well. I think it's just the guy one just knackered it. I wish journalists ask whether Sicko thinks we can go up. He's taking season stepping stone next season. True. Is Darren Moore being lined up as manager of Barnsley? I've heard he turned the Barnsley job down. So I don't know. He said if we're massive, so I'll back him. A lot of loans incoming. I think you might be right. So our owner's rant was basically Guy baited him to talking about Darren Moore and why he left again, even though the chairman's already done a statement on it, and you can find that statement if you went to the club website. We've done a statement on it and he baited it. And then he went on a massive tirade because Carlton Palmer's throwing a lot of mud at Chancery and he's saying like, that's not the real reason why Darren left. He told me why he left, blah, 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 blah. But Darren's not responded or said anything. So Carlton come out and said everything, but he's got no facts to back it up. Now, he's now come out and flagged off Chancery again and saying, I don't think this is the right decision. Cheap option. Why you gone for him? All that kind of stuff. And basically, the chairman just had enough. But it wrong time, wrong place to go from it. That's my thing. It was the wrong place for that question. And he took the bite. You know when we used to do fishing expeditions on the Football Vlogger podcast? Basically that, mate. And he got hooked in, hook, line and sinker. One thing I would say, I hope your defence is well good, as if Watford was relevant on the front line and defence for the shambles. He did say today in one of the interviews he did with local journalists that he wants to build a lot on the clean sheet thing. He wants to make sure we have plenty of clean sheets in this squad. 85 people watching, 41 likes. Get those likes up, please. I much appreciate that. Hope you're doing okay, Punk. How are you feeling after the dust settled from today's interviews? I'm still a little bit annoyed, Tom. I'm annoyed with the questioning from Guy Fawkes. I'm annoyed with how Chancery handled it and didn't just go, please see statement number 2. I'm happy we finally got the manager in it. It's done and dusted. That part, I'm over the moon about. It means it's done, it's dusted. We can move on. We can maybe start looking at some players now. See what happens. I just think today just turned into another car crash at the club. It's never boring with Sheffield Wednesday Football Club these days. And that's true. It's not. The 41 people, 80 likes. If you want to watch... try again. 81 people watching, 40 likes. Get those likes up, please. If you want to become a channel member, that is able as well. $4.99 gets you to become a member of the channel. There will be some sort of EA football career at the end of when it comes out on behind the membership. I am currently doing trucking. I believe we're going to Slovenia from Plymouth in the next couple of episodes of that. And also, if you want to donate to the channel, you're more than welcome to. Super chats are on, and everything goes straight back into the channel, or as of this moment, goes straight into the baby fund for baby number 2. Do you think the outburst has a few deals and sponsors? I think anything on social media or this knackers any sponsorship. I think it's why we don't get big sponsorship, personally. I think we struggle with them because of this, because it's like, I don't want to be targeted with that, but I also do know that we did have a massive sponsor lined up, and they went because our Twitter lot were just vile at times. Would be great if they had a fan to ask question, would have been more respectful and professional than the guy tosser. Yep. Since Hennigan is still at training at. Since Hennigan still at training, interested to see Sicko signs him back. That's a possibility. I can actually see that happening. To be honest with you, I can actually see that happening. It's something I've thought about the last couple of days, that whoever comes in might sign him back. Say what you like about Guy, but you have to admit they're the master of baits. Oh, well done, Jez. Well done, Jez. Hang on, where's the applause? Well done, Jez. That was good. Well done. DC, not our owner. He's our chair. No, he's not. Mark. He's not. He's our owner. He owns the club and he's also chairman. I don't know where you got that from. He is the owner of the football club. He's not the owner of us as fans. He's the owner of the club. We don't own it. I own my house. My mate rents his house. He doesn't own his house. He rents it. There's a difference. He does own it. He's chairman and owner. You can have the situation, Mark, where you have chairman and then an owner. Tottenham have got that. Daniel Levy is the chairman of Tottenham Hotspur, but Joe Lewis is the owner of it. There's a difference. Wording. It's very much like the wording of the head coach. He does own it. He's the one who pays the bills. He's the one who pays the players. He's the one who turns it on. He does own the club, mate. I'm afraid you're right there. He is the owner. I know he's not our owner in your thing. Yeah, but that's a Spanish thing. I got it from... No, mate, that's a Spanish thing. In Spain, they call their chairman presidents. Their chairmans are called presidents. It's a Spanish thing. Over there, it's the president of the club. It's nothing to do with presidents. It's just a Spanish thing. That's a Spanish lingo thing. Big David, number 2, yeah. Need another backup keeper? We do indeed. Carlton is trying to be Moore's mouth, and I'm not sure Moore wants it. I actually think Moore turned around and told him to shut up. Maybe Moore will distance himself from Palmer and tell him to stop being the ventility dummy. Yep. Yep. Chancellor will never admit when he's wrong. He has admitted when he's wrong, but at the minute, mate, what's he done wrong? Right, literally, what's he done wrong apart from the press conference going a bit sideways? At the end of the day, it's Chansiri took a idea for the club. Football manager come and go. It happens. I'm not going to have a go at him for the Darren Moore thing. It happens. Football manager come and go. That's the business. Without Chansiri, there is no football club. He's keeping the things on. That's the problem. I think DC just needs an assistant just to shut down those answers. Also, do you have any players you'd like to see come in? I have got a video on players who I want to come in. Some are a little bit obscure as well. But yeah, I think you're right. He does need an assistant. When is the first pre-season game? It is on Saturday versus York, Mr. Griffin, at York. And I've actually noticed Sheffield Wednesday have no home matches this pre-season, which is insane. Please sign some players now. Give me. Would be nice to sign some players. Yep. To be fair, God knows why Chancellor was even at the press con. New manager should have done it on your own. Maybe a little ego getting. I do agree with that. I have seen people announce managers with chairman before. It isn't unusual for them to have the chairman sitting next to them stuff. But it could have been better if he just sat there with no chairman and did it that way. I understand that one. But it would have been probably better. I wonder what kind of player he'll go for third winger, defender, striker. I think he'll go for a winger. I think we're going to start playing with wingers, mate. I think Chansiri's responses are possibly guided by culture issues. If someone disrespects you, you won't be allowed to pass. That's just the way part of the world. I agree, mate. I do agree. I got it from... Yeah, it's not a president, mate. He's a chairman. It's just what they say in Italy and Spain. They call them presidents. Very impressed with our new manager. We need to get behind him and make sure we get our recruitment right. I like CP, but you can't blame DC for sticking up for the club. I agree with you, Morehouse. If Sicko is off to a positive start, then chances decide to let Moore go will be proven positive one. If we're poor start, then the decision to let Moore go will backfire. It swings and roundabouts, mate. It very much swings and roundabouts. If you're looking for things that he got wrong, you could look at the point deduction we picked up. The book dot for him for that Fazzato got us relegated and 2 years in the winners in League One. Okay, on the point deduction one, yeah, he fecked up. I'll admit that when he fecked up. But at the same time, at this point deduction, he tried to get the right person in. He tried to have someone in place, and he didn't manage to get it. Let's just talk about it there, right? He did get us out of... he managed to back Chansiri. Not Chansiri. He managed to get us out of that. We were in a transfer embargo, but that football, there's a lot of clubs that have got worse than we got. Yes, he messed up there. Yes, he paid the price for it. Do you think he really wanted to lose all the money that he probably have lost from League One football? We will have lost a lot of that. But, Mark, if you got the money lying under your sofa to buy the club, buy the club. I'm being deadly serious. You've got the money to buy it, because at the moment, he's here to stay and he's the only one bankrolling us. If he wanted to, he could walk away yesterday. They really could do a TV football comedy about our club. There's already one that's been done. It's a podcast. It's just finished. I think most signings will come after first pre-season when we get in. Yep. We need to invest in some decent fans, as somehow toxic comment coming from the fans, like ridiculous. I offer he's been linked, but he's not leaving. There's been nothing in yet. The talk of Luton. Luton at home on 29th. That'd be good. That would be good. Can't wait for us to bring in. Let's have a look. Can't wait to bring in some tricky Spanish midfield and a crazy win and win the league. That'd be nice, as long as I can say their names. I'm actually kind of worried that I'm going to get players I can't say the names of again. I've been in that road before. It's not fun. 85 people watching, 45 likes. Get those likes up, please. I will much appreciate it. He has been appointed as a manager, John. He's manager of the club, not coach. Now, he does need to bring in some of his own backroom staff. Now, that's interesting. People were asking about backroom staff, because in the press conference, he said, I've got people here, I'd like to work with them. He's actually said to local media that he will bring in his own people. He wants to bring his own people in, so don't worry about that. I got really worried about that when he turned around and said, I've got people here already. I'm like, you really don't? Have you met them? I got really worried about that, but he has said he wants to bring in his own people, which is good. Was the Porterfront guy been as because David Ganser was talking to him after the conference? That's a good question. I don't know, mate. Possibly. And the point deduction, BS was EFL punishment for being Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah. I don't know why he was there, actually. Interesting. Taken from my inbox with Punch Chef. DC hasn't always got it right, but it's a learning curve. He'll get there, I think, in the end. I think the thing with Chansiri, he got to just stop a little bit with just. He needs to be a chair. He needs to be an owner. He needs to be a backseat owner. Pay the bills. Agree what the transfer budgets are, and if he wants to run it, have someone run it for him, like a chairman. Bring in a chairman to run it. Chairman, owner, done. Then you got owner, chairman, maybe director of football or head of recruitment. Then that's your thing. And then you have that talk. That's how I think the model should be. I really reckon that's how the model should be. Give me. And I'm not sure it's going to be. Klein around, you agree with my wife? They're brilliant. I'm not going to say anything. She's pregnant. I don't want to die. 100 viewers, 50 likes. Can we get those last 50 likes? That would be superb. It really would. Interesting to see if he has any insight on recruitment side of things. You guys going to playing catch up on the front, which might affect the start of the season. Yeah, we are massively behind with whatever player come in. I'm hoping some of the ones we still got on that list are available, but we are playing catch up, and that is a worry for me. I would have hoped to see that a little bit, kind of thing. So it's interesting on that one. Ian Punk, how are you doing? I'm not too bad, mate. I'm not too bad at all. How many times? I reckon we need 10. We need 2 for each position, ideally, I think. Yeah. Well, one for each position, maybe 2 in some cases. So it'll be interesting. Can I ask, when you say this go toward baby number 2, do you class this as a job, mate? I do not class it as a job because it doesn't earn enough for it to be a job. This is a hobby for me, Glenn. If I had to live off this as a job, I wouldn't be able to even pay my water bill, let alone my electric bill. It wouldn't make me no money because I only get paid out every 3 months. Not fans, customers. Well, in a business sense, Sheffield Wednesday, as a business sense, we are customers. In a football sense, we're fans. There's a difference. Kind of Thatcher Hayes on me. Go on then. Cheers, mate. Much appreciate. Guy Journey was stood outside the club taking piss after the presser. Yeah, they got what they wanted. They got the clip. They got what they needed. What is that noise? Is that a plane? That is a really low plane if it's the case. Let's have a look. Guy Journal was stood outside. Yeah, I've read that. We got Leighton Palmer. He moved to Manchester. That's actually very clever, Kieran. Well done. I'll do that one. I'd like to see us get the Carlos lad from City, young Portuguese winger, could do a solid job for us. Wanting to get some game time. That would be good. I think there's a possibility of Wednesday doing some decent deals with some of the coaches in the Premier League. I'm thinking Arteta. I'm thinking Pep. I'm thinking maybe someone like Frank at Brentford. There's a chance. Kind of thing. Let's have a look. Be nice to see some players tiki-taka with few funny plays. Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? It wasn't you. A B? Now, it sounded like a really low plane. It really massively did me head in. I think the plane... I think I heard the plane, mate. The person... Yeah. Yeah. It just freaked me out. Like, what the hell's that noise? Chansiri was, let's have a look. At least Chansiri calls it our club. Yeah, Justin, Leafy done. Leafy's not gone, it's my club. He calls it our club. You have got a point for all of what he said in the past. He did call it our club, which is good. I do like that a lot. Let's have a look. Chansiri was there when the previous manager was Chansiri was there when the previous manager was appointed. I don't get what you're getting at, Glenn. What do you mean? Chansiri was there when the previous manager was appointed. You mean Darren Moore? When Darren Moore got appointed, he wasn't in the country. It was COVID. It all got done by Zoom when Darren Moore got appointed. He wasn't in the country for that one. I think he still couldn't get out of Thailand. Jake, what are your plans for the channel, the new season on the horizon? Will you be looking for sponsorship? I have talked about looking at sponsorship in the past, and it's something I want to do. It's just, I want something that aligns right with the channel. I don't want no betting stuff. I want someone local as well. If it's a local company to Sheffield, that can help as well. I want it to be that kind of way. It's something that's on the cards. Next season is just about building this channel. Like, at the moment, I'm on 2,843 subs. I want to get to 3K by the end of the year. I want to put out 2 live streams a week, ideally. And I want to do my 2 videos, a preview, a review, and then possibly like a debrief after a game or something like that. Maybe on a Saturday, on a Sunday midday, and then say on a Wednesday, if it's a Tuesday game, do a debrief, and then have the Sheffield Wednesday roundup on a Friday night, something like that. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Let's have a look. Just what the press conference? Why did it end? I think it just got killed by the club. I think the club just killed it. Playing, maybe left the landing light on. Yeah, maybe Kevin. Don't know why it just ended. No one does. It just ended. It was like that, the end of the conference. I think they went from all that to then saying, we'll just have one-on-one journalists then. We'll do this one-on-one with you speaking to the manager, because I think Chansiri kind of went, they're just wanting to talk to me here. This isn't what the press conference is for. So I think that's interesting. I think Chansiri went, this is meant to be about Muniz, and they're just asking me questions, so I'm killing it. I want it to be about Muniz, so Muniz can go do one-on-ones instead. I think that's what happened. Does FFP apply to grounding redevelopment? Who is responsible for the ground reason? technically doesn't, because the ground is in Chancery's name. The ground is responsible to Chancery because he sold the ground to himself, in a sense, and we are technically renting the ground off him. I don't like that. I hate that. But I understand why he tried to do it. Everyone was trying to do it. Kind of thing. I think technically Chancery can actually do things to the stadium without it hitting FFP, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. Chancery does need to choose his moments for his rant. Oh, when he chooses his moment for his rants, they're spectacular, don't get me wrong. But he picked the wrong bloody moments every time. Every time you want to sort it out, kind of thing. And it's not the time you need to have a rant, sadly. Let's have a look here. Why did the press end quickly? No, yeah, I read that. I think he literally was trying to get thingy. Glenn it means that Chancery has always sat in on new managers' pressers in the past too. Yeah, I think it was only Darren Moore's. I think he didn't sit in. I think he's always sat in with them. Playing for what his name is, Carlton. Yep, Carlton Palmer. Shall we have a whip round to some cough sweet for Sicko? Yeah, he did seem to have a niggly cough, didn't he? He seems like he was struggling. 91 people are watching and 58 likes. Get those likes up, please. Like, I'm close to 100. That'd be brilliant. Even though we don't care for Joss or Monk, they were classed as successful. Even though we don't care for Joss and Monk, were they classed as successful or failures? A good question. Joss technically was a decent one in terms of if you look at where he got us, it just went to poop. Monk came in and did the job of someone who was there, who had worked at, I literally think we brought in Monk because of his time at Birmingham and how he worked on this kind of thing, which is interesting. So it would have been interesting. I think Monks was trying to be stability and it didn't work. Joss was trying to get that feel-good factor after Carlos, and it didn't work. And I think that was it, personally. Sicko, bloody okay. Don't worry, mate. So look, the majority of the players were brought in by Darren Moore, who gets the best out of them. They will respond to Sicko in the same way, or will he? I think he'll bring his own players in. He got to bring his own players in. We've got 17 players, Michael. He got to bring his own players in. We don't have enough to do so. I think there's some players who are going to love playing underneath him. Playing under him. I think they're going to really like how they play. I'm thinking the likes of Windass. I'm thinking the likes of my brain gone dead. Wilkes. I think Wilkes will be interesting as well, especially with that. FFP doesn't affect infrastructure like grounds or training complex. There you go, John hit the nail on the head. I knew you'd know, John. I absolutely knew you'd know that. Maybe a nervous cough, maybe, probably. My Sharona, I hope not. Failures of the highest order, yeah. Cyprus, Sharona. The one thing to have missed is he's very handsome looking manager, which will please the Lady L. We need to not judge him too early, please. I did say that to Worko earlier. I did say he's quite a handsome man. So the female population will be very happy. And some of the men population, well, probably Chancery's after shape. Coughing felt like heavy hints of Chancery winding neck into the chairman. This is about me. He did it a couple of times in interviews with Joe Cran and Rob Statton. So there was a cough there. It wasn't just about that, but I do know what you mean. I think the cough was a polite way to say this is about me, not Leighton Palmer. Yeah. Do you reckon we'll deliver into the free? I think we will. But I don't know what's decent in the free agent market now. That's the thing. I think the free agent market has been picked apart, but there will be stuff. We'll see. He strikes as a likeable attacking football, like first attacking players. Yep. like John said, it's going to be just getting that defensive right. I've seen his attacking play. It's amazing. The attacking play he got Watford playing was amazing. If we can get that and a defensive play, it'll be interesting. Mate, if we don't like the remit and everything regarding the owner, then, like you said, Chancery, bankrolling the clubs, like it or lump it. That's it. If you don't like the remit of Chancery and stuff, do what Man United fans have done in the past. Man United fans have boycotted Manchester United since the Glazers took over and started taking dividends. And the people who haven't bought a Manchester United shirt and haven't gone to Manchester United game for 13 years, they just won't. They won't put any of their money into that club. If it's a shirt, if it's a tin of sweets, they won't touch it. The only way, if you ever have an issue with an owner, that's the way people have to do it. But you've got to get everyone to do that kind of thing. It happens. That is what happens. That's the thing. I think the interesting thing is that you have to have a way of communicating that as well with the fans. And the problem is our communication with our owner isn't great because his English isn't great. If he writes it down, fantastic. If it's in person, I think he's okay. I think it's the big room he struggles. Sorry for being nosy regarding you and your dream, mate. No worries, mate. Was it you guys who were interested in Keith Anderson, who was a Blackpool Lottie, who rocketed up? That name sounds familiar, mate. I think it may have been. Is he training with you guys? That'd be good. So I don't. The name sounds familiar, but he doesn't look familiar. But I think he might have been. Let's have a look. Yes. Yeah, he was at ours, and we let him go. Yeah. So that's interesting. I think he did rock up for a trial and didn't get anything. We could get some up and coming Spanish wicked, take some Valencia players. Yeah, that's a good shout. I don't think any matches that Sheffield Wednesday are involved in during the forthcoming season will top last season's second leg against Peterborough. No, I agree with you, Michael. I think that's right. I don't think that's gonna take a long time to beat that, and I think we set the stall out now for that as a playoff thing. If you want to get back from a playoff, you can do it, but you're gonna have to do a Wednesday. Sadly, it's now what I call it. Okay, then, fair enough. But Chancellor had been there for majority of the appointment. He'd been there for all of the appointments since 2015. Since 2015, he'd been there for all of them. Kind of thing. He'd been there since there, so it'd be interesting. Steve could be dark horses. I follow Kieran Bowie on returning to Northampton Town. Good striker. If it's the one I think it is, he's a very good player. To be fair, yes, it is the one I'm thinking. He's a good player. Good to see how he gets on at Northampton Town. Early days, David need to sign a forward or two and get Sanderson deal. Yeah, you should be able to get that Sanderson deal. Is it you want 1.5? Are you wanting? Am I right in thinking you want to pay 1.5 million for him, and they want 2? Then setting up Palmer versus Chancery under the card with Dayton Smith. Yeah, can see that happening. Yeah. We looked at who his backroom team was at Watford. I had to step out for a few minutes. Apologies. We did yesterday. His backroom staff at Watford was as followed. I love how now I put his name in. Google automatically says what it is. His backroom staff was. The problem is this is now going to just have Sheffield Wednesday stuff into it. Yep. Roberto Costella, assistant coach Giorgio Alabala, and Antonio Bramballi was his team at Watford. Yeah. It's interesting. You put his name into Google now. All you get in is who is he? Yorkshire Live. Sheffield Wednesday chairman hits out at critics. Dolphin Chansiri goes into rant about Carlton Palmer. We appoint Muniz. Chairman hits out at critics. Oh, God, that's all you find in Google now. Jesus. Cheers, chairman. Have you seen Carlisle's kit? I like Carlisle kit this morning. It looked very nice. Bailey Peacock Fowl, McGuinness or Story. Aaron Convey, nicest diamonds at this. So Bailey Peacock Fowl, I can see coming in because they've got Trafford in now. Or close to having Trafford in. McGuinness can't leave Cardiff because they're transfer embargoed. Story doesn't look like he's leaving Preston and would need a big amount for it. Collins, I could see doing. Bailey Peacock Found Collins, out of those lot would be the ones I could see getting done. Palmer recently had a heart attack. Shouldn't really start getting. He should start getting around. Yeah. To be honest with you, mate, when I see him go, but I know he was about to go abroad one day and he had a heart attack, so you need to be careful. We've offered 1.5. They want close to 2.25. Apparently, not sure how it ends. The player wants to move, but we're limited to how much we can pay upfront due to FFP. Yeah, that'll be difficult. I don't know how you're going to get over that one, to be fair, mate. That's going to be a difficult one for you to do. 90 people watching, 58 likes. Get those likes up. I will be stopping soon because I'm going to go do some things other than talking Wednesday for a bit because I've done that for the last 3 weeks and it's gone very well indeed. Thank you for all who have recently started subscribing and joining me for these. The live streams. I'd like to know, do you prefer the live streams or do you prefer the videos? A bit difficult when the people watching a live stream. I'll have to do that as a poll. But Flynn, if we can get him, I think him and Hennigan would be good if we could sign Big Ben. Very much so. Ben's an interesting one. Ben may get a deal back at the club. It was a marathon when he had a heart. Right, marathon. Right. So I thought he was just about to go abroad when it happened. So he did the marathon, had the heart attack. Right, get you. Both personally. I can do both. I just need to figure out schedules and stuff like that. Will VAR come into effect this season in Championship? Haven't seen anything about VAR. God, I hope not. It would be interesting if it did. Also, while we're here talking about Championship, thoughts go out to the Millwall fan base that had just lost their owner. He died in I think it was a car crash or something like that. Yeah, it's really bad to hear that their owner died. And he'd been there for such a long time, John Brennelson, American ownership. And it's a shame. He was there for a while and he was very much well liked and well loved at the club. Yeah, Millwall get a bad load of stick, but when something like that and they've lost ownership, you feel for the fan because they've got to think about what's going to happen next. So thoughts go out to his family kind of thing. And on that one as well, what the hell is going on with Fleetwood Town with their owner getting 13 years, for fraud. So God knows what's going to happen to them. Let's have a look. Like them both. Kelshan's released this season by Blackpool. 2 very bad injuries. Fair enough. Early prediction for Che Adam top scorer this championship season. I've further live stream due to live interaction with the podcast. Fair enough. I can do that. Do you think it would be a good idea for manager to spend time with players to get a feel for what a club is about? That's not bad at all. That's actually quite a good way of doing it. So this earlier thoughts with his family and friends in the club. Yep. Do we need experience? We need players. We've got a couple of players who have done Championship. We probably do need a little bit, but I think we need a little bit more youth now. I think we need youth and a bit more, Pace. Pace. A word that I'm known for not saying right with certain player. And I have it with good known authority that it's come back to me in the past. And bite me in the bum. Right, I've been going for an hour. I am going to go enjoy the rest of my evening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the stream. It's been good. If we get 2 signings tomorrow, fantastic. I love that. If 2 signings rocked up tomorrow, more content for me, and we can talk about them. And I think it will be good. We'll see. We'll see. Now that the gaffer in place, you might start seeing a lot of signings getting done really quickly. I still have a funny feeling some deals are done and they were just waiting for the manager situation to be done. So we will see there. Thank you for watching tonight. Thank you for all the things that you have done tonight. It's been a good stream again. And yeah, please go watch the videos if you haven't already. They are on the channel. I think the 2 videos gone up today. The press conference one and one talking about what Muniz needs to do. Have a good night, everyone. Enjoy it, and I will speak to you in the next stream, which at this rate will be Friday because it's Wednesday today. Where is the week gone? This week has gone way too fast. But thank you for joining.